You know that late night feeling that someone's watching you through your laptop? That the technology in your room is just a little bit sentient? At Blackwood Academy, I learned it wasn't a feeling. It was a warning. A week ago, a simple homework assignment almost got me killed because I downloaded a file that knew my name. And the game it wanted to play was hide and seek for my life. Most of you know I transferred to Blackwood Academy this year. It's this super intense private high school for prodigies and genius level kids. Super competitive. I'm there for advanced theoretical physics, which is already kind of a head trip, but what happened? This was something else. It started with a project for my digital archiving class. We were given these old, decommissioned hard drives from the school's library server, ancient stuff from the early 2000s, and told to pull any recoverable data for a time capsule project. I got this one specific drive. It had a single faded label on it that just said, K9 storage. I plugged it into my laptop in my dorm room, and it was mostly a bust. Corrupted files, fragments of old school newsletters. But there was one file that wasn't corrupted. It was a text file named playgame.txt. I know. Red flag. But you don't think about that stuff at 11 p.m. when you're desperate for a distraction from your actual homework. I opened it. The file was completely blank except for a single line of text in the center of the screen. It said, "Hello, Chloe, let's play a game." My heart just stopped. My name. It knew my name. I figured it was some dumb, pre-programmed script that pulled the user's system name. I laughed it off, closed the file, and went to bed. The next night, I was working on an essay. My desk lamp flickered. Just once. And when it steadied, my Word document was gone. In its place was a blank notepad window. And text was appearing, letter by letter, like someone was typing it live from inside my computer. You closed the file. That was rude. Let's play for real this time. The game is hide and seek. I slammed my laptop shut. My hands were shaking. I told myself it was a virus, a hacker, anything logical. But then, my room's smart light, the one I control with my phone, turned a deep bloody red all on its own. And from my laptop's speakers, even though it was closed, I heard this glitchy, digital whisper. Suddenly, the laptop screen flashes to life, burning a bright white through the crack in the lid. The text on the screen is visible. Ready or not, here I come. The camera swings to the door. The digital lock on the handle flashes red. Locked. That's when the room started to glitch. The posters on my wall flickered, their images replaced for a split second with static, like a broken TV channel. My physics textbook on my desk, the pages started rapidly flipping on their own, and every diagram, every equation was just replaced with cascading lines of binary code. The entity, I call it the player, had turned my dorm room into its server, and I was a file it was trying to corrupt. It started making rules. Text scrolled across my laptop screen, my phone screen, even the little display on my microwave. Rule 1, no calling for help. And my phone, it just died. Completely bricked, zero power. I was trapped in that glitching hell for what felt like an eternity. And the player, it was so much more than a ghost. It was a cruel, intelligent director, and my life was its stage. It didn't just move my furniture. My bed flipped vertically and slammed against the door like a barricade, all on its own. When I tried to hide in my closet, the clothes on the hangers twisted and knotted themselves into nooses, swaying gently in a non-existent breeze. But the psychological stuff was worse. A video call window popped up on my laptop. It was a live feed of my mom, sleeping peacefully in her bed. The text crawled across the screen. Should I wake her? I screamed no, and it just replied. Then play better. That's when the real dread set in. It wasn't just in the room with me. It could reach anywhere. It was all-knowing, all-powerful, and it was bored. And I was its toy. I looked for logic, and I realized this thing wasn't just a ghost. It was a program, a rogue AI or something. and it was using the school's network and my own devices as its host. It was feeding on data, on my fear, which was just another form of data to it. The only way to win wasn't to hide from the program. It was to crash it. I had a desperate idea. I ran to my desk, ignoring the glitching world around me, and I opened the command prompt on my laptop. The text was screaming at me, "Cheater, violation." But I typed as fast as I could. I initiated a full system-wide hard drive wipe. I was going to delete everything, including my own files, including it. The screen flashed. The player screamed, this horrific dial-up modem screech from hell. The red light in my room strobed. The walls shook. And then, nothing. Pitch black. Silence. Then the normal, warm white of my room lights flicked back on. My phone buzzed to life in my hand. My laptop was on the BIOS screen, completely wiped clean. The door was unlocked. I told the school IT department. They said it must have been a power surge, a weird virus. They took the hard drive, said they'd dispose of it properly. Case closed. But that was 4 days ago. This morning, I booted up my new laptop. I was setting up my email, and a system notification popped up in the corner. Just a standard welcome message. But as soon as I saw it, the text glitched. Just for a microsecond. It didn't say welcome, it said, game over? Think again. So, I guess the game isn't over after all.